Good evening, everyone. It is January 11th, 2024, 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. And we had a pretty interesting session just setting this up for a 30-minute chart. Let's take off all the lines. There we go. What did we have? Well, pre-market, as we all knew, CPI was coming out. I think the numbers were kind of crappy, can't recall. But the important part to me was we were unable to take the high on ES, just wicked it on NQ, and crapped out. We came down to that 03 balance that I was talking about. Those were the prior balance highs from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was saying that that was going to be the important spot for us to hold, and below there, I was thinking maybe you could get some bids around maybe 4,800. That was a high volume node. 92 was or sorry, 95 was yesterday's, or sorry, yeah, what would that be? Yeah, yesterday's open. Uh, or 86 looked to be like a little balance low, but really, I wasn't looking for any of that. I was saying if this thing's going to be bullish, it'll hold 03 or higher. I was bid '09, got half a winner off of that. Lost the one at '03. This thing sliced through. Uh, I got a winner off of the 27s. Took that long in the morning. And I was saying that if this thing breaks kind of this '03 to '00 area, it's probably going to crap out to 47.80, which it did. This inventory here, we trapped some shorts, or down to 47.60, and that's really where I was looking for us to test, was that 47.60. We could not make it back there. We reclaimed that balance high at 48.03. You can see the reclaim there, and I was saying that would probably lead us to 21, and it pretty much led us to 21. That's the key level there, and it's a little bit clear if we go back to the end of December, and you can see this 21 spot is clearly important. There you go. There we go. 21's important. 03's important. I don't think it takes much explanation for that. So for tomorrow, what am I looking for? Well, hilarious. They put in the overnight low, exactly where I was looking for. Um, Once again, I don't think that you want to see this thing get much lower than 48.03 for bulls to have firm control over what's happening. 48.03 is going to be the important spot to me. Below there, that puts us inside the CPI low. That puts us above these balance highs. Below there, and once again, I mean, does this thing hold settlement lows at 92s? Maybe. But I think I would wait for kind of this balance low here at 86s to get long. You can see even on a 30-minute chart, we got a big bid off there, got some nice offers there while we were accumulating, and then trying another long at 77s off these kind of accumulation lows, and then maybe one last long here at the balance lows at 59s. To the upside, I'll try a short at 21s, just like I did on Tuesday or whatever it was, Wednesday. I'll try that again, and that'll be about it on the short side. Maybe this thing sells off of 28, but to me, at that point, you've reclaimed that 21 level. This spot here, you've reclaimed it. I don't think this 28 spot here, I don't think that's going to actually hold us down, to be completely honest. I think you get up to 28, and I think it's game over. So that's how I'm going to be looking at that on the ES. On the NQ, a little bit of a different story here. Uh, Today, we were unable to even make it back down to this sort of 77, 80 equivalent area. We instead held this kind of this 800-ish number, kind of around Monday's highs, and we rallied right back up to this 980-ish spot where we sold off of on Wednesday. So for tomorrow, I'm willing to be bid at 897s. That is just a key level. That's roughly the CPI low. You can see it's clearly an important spot. Roughly Wednesday's overnight highs. Sell there, bids, and going back even further, some nice bids here. Clearly a level of interest below there, 868 and a half. That is roughly last week's high. That is also roughly where we had some nice resistance on Tuesday. We kind of churned around inside of there as well today. Below there, 801s, that is our sort of balanced low-y spot here from this kind of Tuesday, Wednesday session. as well as Monday's highs. And below there, I probably wouldn't be trading. I think at that point we'll be in a 200-point range for the full external trading hours. Yeah, 220 points. I mean, that's getting a little long, but if I was, I'd be taking 740, 674, 629, or 586, the key number here for longs. Important to note, if you just threw on like a 4-hour chart, this thing's been making consistently higher lows, right? You got a swing low here, you come up, you make another big swing low, and I think if you take that out, if you take out today's low, I think you start to get a lot of the pinata will break. I think you'll start getting some sort of more liquidative sort of action. Uh, Up above 983, that'd be the one spot I'd be willing to get short. That is settlement highs. That is roughly today's RTH open. That is where that's clearly the important spot to me. Above there, and the only thing I would see is maybe a long off this kind of 17,036 number. Clearly an important level from the weeks past. Above there, perhaps a short off of 17,089, where we trapped some inventory on that December 29th RTH session. This is roughly equivalent to like 48, 21-ish, 24, something like that. But yeah, short at 89, perhaps 123. But again, if we're all the way up at 123, I think by that point we'll have traded 200 points or so on the day, and yeah, that's pretty much bang on 200 points. And I don't know about trying to trade that. There could be an argument to take 920s long. It looks like it is some sort of level, clearly getting bids both during this overnight session and into the close, and was a spot where we got some offers, some smaller bids on this 5-minute chart. But you throw out a 30-minute chart and you can see that 897 to me. That's the clearer location. Clearly something here, right? There you go, or maybe there we go. It's something. Gets an offer, gets a bid. If you really look at where the whole move happens, it goes all the way up here, comes all the way back down, right? And if you're looking for bigger moves, you need to focus a little bit more on the bigger levels. It's not a bad spot by any means, but I don't really see anything happening here. I think I'm just going to keep that as a little area of interest. Anyway, that's all I got. Under 10 minutes once again. Look at us go. Overall, the structure. Let's make this 10 minutes. Why not? Overall, the structure. This is the spot that matters the most, right? This is our last week's balance highs. This kind of 5, let's call it 600, just to make numbers easy. That's where we got the giant FOMC bid from December 13th. That is going to be the point where we can flip into being bearish again, in my opinion. Once we're below kind of this 575-ish number. As long as we're above, this has just been a consistently just creating higher swing lows. And really, we're getting to pretty close to the all-time high on the futures. Same thing with the ES. All that matters is kind of this 4760 spot. And so far, we're defending higher and higher. We held 67-ish, right? We held that. We make a higher low today. We held that. This is why I'm not interested in getting long below today's lows. To me, that's a sign that the pinata is going to fall apart. When you're making higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. When you're making these higher swing lows, I think it's easier to see on daily. There we go. When you're making these higher, really wicky swing lows, once it starts breaking the prior day's low, one of these really wicky lows, that to me is a sign of the demands drying up or the lack of supply. That's all I got. To me, so far, all this has done repeatedly is backtest, this kind of 60, 70 area, rip upwards, backtest it, rip upwards, backtest it up, rip upwards. To me, I don't see the reason in being short once we're broken kind of this, 21-ish area. Break 21, probably heading to 28. I just wouldn't bet on 28 holding. I think you lose it, you head up to 38, 34, whatever, and at that point you're 7 points off the all-time high. I'm not fading that. Anyway, have a great night. Trade safe. There's 10 minutes for you.